Hi everybody, hello earth signs. This is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life, and this is your new moon view for the new moon that comes in April 5th. For those of you who want to know a little bit more about generally what that new moon, the type of energy that new moon is bringing in, you can look at the new moon view, the general read. But this is for my air signs. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Or if you're heavy on the air sign in your own personal chart, you can also go by this. If you would like to get a little deeper into your own personal astrology as it relates to what's happening with the moon, feel free to reach out to me. I'm at Carrie at wooingnature.life. So let's get started. All right, air signs. We've got, first off the bat, yin. So perfect for the new moon. Gotta get yin during the new moon. We have the unfinished symphony. We have tick tock goes the clock, so time may be on your side here. Poised and building blocks. Okay, air signs. Air signs, first off the bat, very center, we've got yin. Yin is receptive. It is not active, it's more passive, but we're not saying for you to be passive. What we're saying is for you to be receptive. Be receptive, go in, touch the feminine side. That's perfect. Excuse me, for the moon and new moon. I always encourage people to get in touch with your lunar cycle. It awakens the feminine. It awakens a side of ourselves that we don't always get a chance to use as often as we like. It's our nurturing side. It's our loving side. It is where we are being in a position to listen more so than to speak. And so a lot of times, people don't listen. They don't listen. We all don't listen as much as we should. So this is a time for you to do some inner listening. It's time for you to go in and do some self-reflection. Definitely a time for self-reflection. And that self-reflection is what's going to bump you up. It's what's going to make you go to the next step, or see the next step, or envision yourself in the next step. I see some unfinished business here, some things that you still need to complete. And you yourself are an unfinished symphony. You're not finished yet. You won't be finished until you close your eyes on this world. So see yourself always as a work in progress, and don't be so anxious to step ahead or to get there. Because there is relative. It isn't even real, to be honest with you. Then we got tick tock. So it looks like time. Something about time being given to you. This is the time. Okay, so this is the time for you. This new moon period is the time for you, air signs. It's time for you, Libra. It's time for you. It's time for you. And it's time for you, Gemini. It's time for you, Aquarius. This is the time for you to go in. Okay? Very important. You're poised. You're on the brink. You are ready to step off. And that feels like, oh, I want to do that right now. I got to go get that done right now. No, that's not what this new moon period is all about. It's about you taking the reprieve so that when it's time for you to step off, you'll be completely ready. And then the last card I have is building blocks. And building blocks is, again, building on what you've already started, building upon what you've already begun. So now the new moon period, for a lot of us and for most people, we like to think about starting new projects, or anything that you want to put your intentions on that's new. But what I'm getting here is that you want to use this new moon period to kind of build on what you've already started. It looks like you guys already have things in the works. So this is about that. It's about what you already have in the works, and then taking that time and taking a step back, because that step back can probably give you insight on how to move forward. All right, so I'm going to get some clarifying cards here for you. From the tarot, we have Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Fool, the Star, the Devil, and the Seven of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles here is about connecting to the thing that gives you what it is that you want. It looks like right now, air signs, you are looking to manifest some things in your life. Again, things that you've already built on in the past, that you've already been trying to build on, but you're waiting for your ship to come in. You're waiting for the resources to get there. You're waiting for having what you need to be able to make that happen. Going in and taking the time out is what's going to allow that thing to come to you. If you're always trying to go get it, go get it, go get it, you don't give it a chance to show up for you. And that's what this is all about. There's something about resources I need to remind you of. Oh, okay, so the new moon period, the energy around the new moon talks about resources. It talks about the support that you need, but the support comes from you being adventurous, from you stepping outside of your comfort zone and having the courage to touch that part of your childhood that you kind of let go of. It's like awakening the inner child and having the courage to do that. It doesn't seem like something that would take a lot of courage to do, but when you're so accustomed to kind of doing things like the adult way, then going back to childhood can feel a little weird for us. But don't be afraid of that. We've got the Fool in reverse. So again, this is the energy of this is about starting over, starting fresh, starting new, going, taking some new steps. And again, from this card, I'm getting that, this new moon energy that you're using is not for something new. It's really for something you've already started. So you're not starting over again. You're finishing what you started. You're completing what you already began. And completing it means taking a break, actually. I know it sounds strange, but it's real. It's real. Sometimes you can do too much. Sometimes you can be like too focused on something and you just have to let it go or something like that. It's not saying let go, but it's definitely saying to take some time out for yourself. So we've got the Star again in reverse. Oh, the deer are out. Oh, I wish you could see them. The deer are out. So we have the Star card in reverse. This is your star power. This is the energy that you want to walk with every day. This is your confidence. This is your hope. This is your faith in action. This is like showing up for you. And it's in the position where we've got the clock and the time. So it's like this is here. This energy is here for you, but it's not quite there. We haven't quite reached the fruition that you reached. You haven't quite reached that point. Again, that's where this comes in. That's where that comes in. That's where that going in and being receptive comes from. That's where you'll get a chance to see what's unfinished. And I'm getting that this is not just unfinished business, but it's unfinished internal business. It's unfinished internal business. And that's going to get you where you want to go. All right, we've got the Devil in reverse. So I always say put him in the hole. You've got then that's in the same place where you're poised and ready to go. Now you know what happens when you're about ready to launch and take off. That's when this kind of stuff creeps in. The devil is not just the boogeyman that lives outside of us. It's also our own thoughts and our own what we get hung up on. It's self-sabotaging thoughts, self-sabotaging behavior. Or it's when other people's opinion about what we're doing and how we're doing it starts creeping in. Nothing can shut down you being able to make that leap like letting this stuff get in your way. Do not do it. The Seven of Pentacles is harvest. So these building blocks, this thing that you're building on, air signs, is coming. It's coming. You're going to be able to pick the fruit from the nicest tree, but you got to bear up and you got to get that confidence, and you have to take this time to be able to really manifest what it is you're looking for. The resources that you're looking for, the support that you're looking for, the abundance that you're looking for, it's not coming from, right now, it's not coming from how hard can you work and how fly are you and how well can you compete in the market. It's not about that. It is really about finding that part of yourself that completely enjoys and completely connect to nature, and connect to the nature of who you are, and connect to the rhythm of the universe, the rhythm of the moon, the rhythm of how things are happening in nature, that you get in sync with that. And the best way to do that is to connect with your moon. So that's really, really the bulk of it. Take your time. Time is on your side. You got time here. You got time on your side. You don't have to be in any kind of rush to do anything in particular, air signs. But so that's that. Just wait for your resources. Wait for things to come to you. Take some time for yourself. Get rid of those self-sabotaging behaviors and thoughts. And I just want to say a little bit about this too, because one of the admonitions for this new moon period is like not to be competitive. Don't get into that competitive, petty, stuff like trying to beat people out. Don't get into any of that during this phase. So I think that's it for you all. I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope you have a great new moon. If you would like to get your own personal new moon reading, feel free to reach out to me at Carrie@wooingnature.life, and I'll be glad to hook you up. As always, have a great day. Have a wonderful life.